Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of your MedFitness at home workout. I've got a new workout for you today. 8 exercises we're going to walk through. Let's get started. The first one is a new exercise for you. We're referring to this as chest fly. This is going to use that static contraction technique. All we're going to do on this one, guys, is place your hands together, shoulder width stance, and we're going to do what some people might call isometrics. I want you to push your hands together for your first 30 seconds at about half of your strength. As you're doing this, you want to make sure you're breathing air in and out through your mouth, lots of oxygen, and then over the last 30 seconds, I want you to push as hard as you can. Breathing, and a full minute, and we are done. So you may remember last week we did 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, low, medium, high effort. We're making it a little simpler today. 30 seconds, half of your strength, 30 seconds, full effort, all of your strength in that position I just showed to you. The key message there, make sure you're breathing. It is 100% okay and recommended that you breathe through your mouth as you're doing this, keeping your head in that neutral position. That's chest exercise number 1. That's going to take only a minute. That should be fatiguing. Once you get done with that, I want you to move immediately without any rest into our second exercise, which is those 2x4 push-ups. You may remember those from last week. I'm going to recommend you do this off of your knees, and I'm putting my feet behind me, shoulder width stance with my hands, elbows at my side, down in about 4 seconds, touch the nose, up in 2, down in about 4 seconds, up in 2. I would suggest as many of those as you can do, somewhere between 6 to 12 probably for most people, and then after doing that, without resting, transition into those negative only repetitions. That's where we just lower your body weight. So that, remember, that was up on your feet, same stance with your hands, about 10 seconds, coming down, slow and controlled, all the way until you get to the bottom here. I want to hit the bottom and then quickly get back up to my feet and then come down again in 10 seconds. This again is the stronger phase of the movement. So here, I want you to do same thing between 6 to 12. How strong you are will depend how many you do. It might be 6, it might be 8, it might be 10, it might be 11, but 6 to 12 repetitions of the 2 up, down in 4, and then 6 to 12 of the down in 10 seconds. Each of those 3 exercises I just showed you are done without any rest in between. So we call that a giant set. We're putting 3 exercises together into one big set with minimal to no rest in between those movements. Again, whatever the pace that you can move at is really the bottom line here. Some of you are going to be able to move quicker than others, but go quickly to that next exercise as we're trying to pre-exhaust those muscles. So that's our first 3 exercises. That's getting my chest, shoulder, and tricep, the back of my upper arm. So that's my first 3 of 8 exercises today. Then we're going to move into the muscles of the back of your shoulders and do what we would refer to as a bent over dumbbell rolling exercise. So I'm going to take a shoulder width stance. I've got a couple of our power blocks here. You may not have power blocks at home. You might not have dumbbells at home. Anything that you can find. In fact, a bottle of wine can work here. A half-filled jug of milk or juice. We only need a couple pounds. These are about 10, and this is going to be a heavy weight for me. So somewhere around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds is probably going to be enough to work the muscles on the back of your shoulder. So what I'm doing here is taking that shoulder width stance, bending at the knees, my hips are below, and then I'm just keeping my back flat. I'm not curling my back, so back stays flat. I'm grabbing the handlebars here, and I'm rotating out to the side in about 5 seconds to about right here. Hold it for a second. Come back down with that same speed, slow and controlled. and then right back up. 5 seconds or so, up top position, hold it for a second, and then right back down. And so that's getting the muscles of my upper back, especially the back of my shoulder. Now from this, I'm going to go right into a seated pull. This is going to get the upper back, shoulders, biceps, forearms. So here, what I've done is I've purchased a towing strap from Home Depot. You can get these almost anywhere. And this was $13, so you can get this online. I ordered it actually from Amazon. But what I'm going to do here is wrap this around my feet, grip the strap, and then get into this position and use that same static technique. Pulling for a minute. The first 30 seconds, I'm pulling at about half of my strength. Make sure I'm breathing. And then the last 30 seconds, I'm pulling as hard as I can, just really pulling, high effort, lots of breathing. And then relaxing. Now that wasn't a minute, but you get the idea here. 30 seconds, half of your strength. The last 30 seconds, 100% pulling as hard as you're able to pull safely as you're breathing throughout that exercise. So that just got my upper back, shoulder, bicep, and forearm. So those are the back of my body exercises. Then we're going to go quickly to a couple of leg exercises here. The first one is going to be a static squat. So this is getting into a squatting position and holding it for 1 minute. Where you hold it will depend upon how strong you are. So what I'm going to do is get into that shoulder width stance roughly, arms out in front, drop my hips. I'm going to go down pretty deep, and many of you might not be able to go this far, but I'm going to go right to here. I'm going to try to hold this for a full 60 seconds. I can count those numbers out, breathing or talking to myself. If this is too deep, and it probably will be too deep for some of you, I would just go a little bit higher. This makes it more doable, but still challenging. So you could hold it up higher for a minute. Once I've done that, I'm going right back to that wall squat that we talked about last week. So this is designed to fatigue the legs a little bit and then go right into that wall squat where we had the shoulder width stance, feet out from the wall, sliding down to a position near a right angle between your upper and lower leg. Just relaxing your arms and lots of air. My heart rate is elevated right now, guys, just doing this. So I want to hold this for 1 to 2 minutes, whatever your strength allows. If this is too hard, bring the hips up. Slide your hips up the wall. Get to a position that, again, is doable but challenging for you so you feel those muscles working. Those are the 2 leg exercises we're going to do. 1 minute hold at whatever angle works for you. 1 to 2 minutes against the wall for a wall sit. And we're finishing off here today with that simple heel raise that we did last week to get the lower leg as well. So you may remember that's a shoulder width stance and just going up as high as I can on my toes. Hold it for 1 second and then hips go straight down. 5 seconds, touch, and then right back up. Hold it and right back down. So I'm getting those gastrocnemius muscles on the back of my leg as well as what I just trained on those other 2 exercises. So it's that simple, guys. 8 exercises, a lot of moving at a fairly decent pace. Minimal rest. I'm a little out of breath just doing what I just did. So go at the pace that is doable. Put your body at the angles that's doable for you, again, but challenging. This is not supposed to be an easy workout, guys. You want to work your muscles just like you would do here in the studio. And then for those of you who are keeping a record, as I recommended last week, I'll have the workout chart in the email that I sent you. The printed workout guide will be there in the email as an attachment as well, so you get all 3 things: this video, the workout chart, and the workout guide. A couple things just to summarize. I want you to do this twice a week, so as you would normally come into the studio, 2 days per week resting, 3 to 4 days in between those strength workouts. So this is twice a week. I also want you to get some post-workout protein, 20 grams of protein. I've included the link to our protein guide in the email, so you can click through. If you need a refresher on how to get 20 grams of protein after your workout, that's in there as well. And then down below, I've included the link to my assigned viewing this week. I want to recommend that you watch the Fitness Paradox seminar. That was our most popular seminar in 2019. It's 30 minutes long, and it talks about 5 sort of misconceptions and misguided notions that people have about muscular fitness and health. And so that's a great one to watch this week. The link is in the email. And then again, if you have questions, I got questions from people last week who weren't sure about how to do certain things. You can email me at richard@medfitnessprogram.com. I welcome those questions and emails. Other than that, thanks for watching today, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week.